day everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Obioma Okoli. And how you guys doing? I hope you guys all made it to 2021. I'm so happy to see you guys here today. Guys, I want to thank you all for your tremendous help, for pushing us this far, for making it, me to have the zeal to want to make the video every week. Thank you for your support. Thanks for your tips. Thanks for your suggestions. For those that are yet not part of the family, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell so you get videos from me. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. So welcome back to today. So today we're going to be talking about the mistakes women make in marriage. So I'm going to split the video into two because I don't want it to be too long. The last video we did, the last official video we did, apart from the singing, was about the 10 mistakes men make in marriage. So today we're going to focus on the women folks. So don't get it twisted, guys. For a marriage to work, it takes the dedication of both the husband and the wife. Let's not get confused and said it's only the job of the woman to keep the home, because this thing causes a lot of misconception and it makes a lot of men to, fall back from their responsibilities as the head of the family. A woman builds her home, that is true. A woman kind of is more sensitive to some certain things. She's very observant, so yeah, she's going to help the man because she's a helper, right? She helps the man to build, but that does not mean that the responsibility of building a home lies only on women alone. Everybody is important in the relationship, the man and the woman. I've talked about the men, so let's focus on the women. I heard of this thing they said, whatever you put in the hand of a woman, she tends to multiply it. When I heard it, I'm not trying to favor the women, but it's true, right? Yeah, because I thought of it, right? They said when you give a woman a sperm, she produces a child for you in 9 months. That's awesome. Yeah, and that's true. So whatever thing you give to your wife, she multiplies it and gives it back to you. It don't matter what that thing is. If you give her like joy, man, your home is going to be heaven. You give her problems, your home is going to be hell for both of you. You understand? You give her a house, she tries to make it a home. She's very observant. She observes when everything is going wrong and when things are going okay. So women are great in relationship. They are lovers. If a woman falls in love with her husband or a spouse, she can go to any extent, or even the kids. Imagine a lot of women go through hell just because of the love they have for their kids. They stay in the marriage and people outside keep on calling them cowards. Oh, she's a coward. She does not want to leave that man. She's not a coward. It's because of the love that she has on her kids that she undergoes those kinds of things and still insists on staying in the marriage. So today, let's just jump ahead and talk about the mistakes that we women make in marriage. The first thing I want to talk about is praying. Some people say when I was a young girl, I used to pray a lot. But since I got married, I relent from praying. So a lot of women I noticed used to do that because you feel there's no more challenge, right? There's nothing more to pray about. I've been praying since being a spinster and now I'm married. God gave me the husband of my choice. But the answer is no. You need to keep praying. You know why? You're married to a man that you can only see physically. You don't know any spiritual backups. You don't know how many people he's been connected to in the spiritual realm without him knowing. So if you're going into a marriage, you need to be someone to deliver your husband from whatever he was into before he met you. Knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously. So you don't need to stop praying because, my dear, you don't know where your trials are going to come. You don't know if it's a marriage. That's why you need to be more prayerful when you step into marriage. So that's number one. The second thing women do is immediately they get married, they stop being attractive. I don't know why, but most of us do that. You stop making your hair, you stop dressing good to look good for your husband because you feel you're no longer out there in the market. You're no longer hustling for a husband. But the truth is, attraction should stay throughout your marriage. Because the person you're married to was attracted to you for a reason. Maybe not necessarily the way you dress, but that person might also want to be seeing you to look good every time. Some women, they wake up in the morning and they wear their 90s. They don't even have their bath throughout the day. And they look so messy and they look so dirty. They don't even shave. They don't help themselves in terms of being clean. Because you're living with someone. How do you think that person is going to feel seeing you like that every day? It matters a lot for you to be attractive. It matters a lot for you to take care of yourself, for you to look good. For the fact that you're married does not mean you should stop looking good. No, no, no. That's not it. The third thing I want to talk about that women do is self-care. Women don't take care of themselves. Not in terms of looking good this time around. In terms of health. You see a woman sits down, she books appointments for the husband. She books appointments for the kids' immunization. She makes sure everybody's health is up to date. The one person she's supposed to look after so she can stay alive to take care of her kids and husband, she ignores, which is herself. Year to year, women don't go for checkup. They forget about it. Okay, the appointment comes and they say, oh, I'll do it next week. And they push it. They remind their husbands of their appointment. They remind their kids of their appointment, but they don't go for theirs. And then a problem comes up and you fall ill. And then when you're incapacitated, who's going to take care of your husband and your kids? So in as much as mothers, we have this nurturing spirit that we want to, take care of everyone else but ourselves. But we have to be conscious that I need to be alive for me to take care of my kids. If I'm dead today, who's going to take care of my kids? You have to have that behind your mind. Go for your checkups. Go for any test your doctor tells you that you need to go for. Go for it. If it's starting from your breast check, to checking for any cancer of any sort, to going for your high vaginal swab, to going for your pap smear, whatever it is, take care of yourself full time. That's another point. The next point we're going to jump into now, another mistake that women make is when they find out their husband is having an affair, they don't talk to their husband about it. They go to fight the mistress. I come across this post on Facebook where a woman poured hot water on her husband's mistress. I don't understand it, because you don't have no business with that mistress. It doesn't matter if she approached your husband or if your husband approached her. The person that you have a vow with is your husband. The person that you should have any issue or argument with is your husband, because that's the person that you had a vow with. You don't expect to go pour hot water on someone or go pour acid on someone or go burn someone's daughter and expect to go scot-free. You're dreaming. If you do that, you're definitely going to go to jail. So what happens when you now eventually goes to jail because you assaulted someone on behalf of your husband? You're going to stay in jail. Your husband is going to get multiple girlfriends and you don't have control over it. So women, let's try to be a little bit selfish in terms of acting. I know sometimes you're so upset you want to do something immediately. No, you need to. It's not easy to be calm when things like that happen, but you need to know that fighting the mistress does not always settle the issue. Then the next thing I want to talk about is that mistakes that I feel women make is feminism and independence in marriage. Feminism is a good thing. I'm a feminist. Don't get it twisted. Don't get me wrong. I'm a feminist, but the kind of feminist I am is the one that believes in if I'm doing a job here and the man is doing a job here, we should be paid the same wages. If you describe feminism as the kind that comes into your home and you no longer see your husband as the head, then you're making a mistake. I'm a Christian though. The Bible that I read made me to understand that I'm a helper. I ought to be submissive to my husband. My husband supposed to love me, right? In return. I know sometimes couples get issues, you get angry, you say a lot of stuff because you're angry. But coming to the aspect of independence and being a feminist, because it has ruined a lot of home. I'm not going to take it. He does, no, I'm not going to take it because he's supposed to do this because I do that. Your husband is supposed to help at home, for sure. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you're working and you feel you have a lot of money, it shouldn't be a problem for your home. The earnings you get from your work should not cause problem in your home. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your profession. But if your earnings is bringing problem to your home, then it doesn't make sense. Because why do you go to work to start with? You work to help the family. So if that's your work you're doing, if it's not bringing any progress, instead of it's delaying the progress of your home, then you should have a rethink and know that something is wrong. So the next thing I want to say is this. You know, usually when there's a problem in a home, I don't know about some other places, but I know in Africa, when there's a problem in the home between a man and a woman, they rarely blame the man, right? Because they always say, oh yeah, you're the woman, you're supposed to be able to hold your home. You're supposed to be able to do this, to do that. In as much as I know, yeah, women are a lot more sensible in some aspects. Women are a lot more observant. Women are a lot more patient. That's true. So maybe that's why they're saying that. Women are supposed to be builders. Maybe that's why they're saying that. But the part of it I don't like is it makes men make a lot of mistakes and expect their wives to take care of their mistakes. It makes men make a lot of mistakes and expect their wife to understand. It makes men to be too lazy in taking up their responsibility in a home. That is why I preach. What I preach is that husband and wife should be responsible for whatever happens in their home. If a marriage is going to succeed, it is between the two of you. It is whatever comes out of the two of you. If the two of you put your head and focus on your marriage will definitely work. But if one of you strays or, goes out and, does something that brings scandal to the marriage, depends on what happens. You don't expect the woman to say, oh, okay, yeah, I can take that. Not everybody can take that. If you're lucky and your wife can take whatever scandal you goes out and bring, then you're lucky. Don't expect to go out and be doing one or two things, keep on hurting the woman, and you're telling her, yeah, you should be the one to build the home because you're the woman. And then you have the open space to do what? To go and be making errors. No, that's not what we're saying today. But what we're saying is just that both of you, as husband and wife, should come together, work together, make your home work. So I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to cut it short here. So guys, thank you for watching this video to this extent. I'm going to do a part 2 of this video. So please always come back and watch our videos. And don't forget, if you're still not giving this video a thumbs up, please go ahead and do that. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and click on it. You know what? It's free of charge. Click on the notification bell as well. Thank you for always coming to watch us, and remain blessed. Have a wonderful day. Bye.